Generating. Oh my gosh, I got. Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Michael and welcome to the Growth Mindset channel. I think it's incredibly important to know what type of personality trait you have, so that way you can find your skill sets and your weaknesses and how to really use that to your advantage. In this video, we are going over me doing a test on Myer. It's a test. Here, let me actually show you my screen. Alright, so here's my screen. I'm taking this personality test. Total full disclaimer here, I've actually taken this test before several times back in high school and throughout college, and my personality trait was ISTJ-A. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna get now. Let's find out. Alright, so let's see. It takes about 12 minutes, it says. Be yourself, be honest, complete all, try not to leave anything in neutral. So let's go ahead. Let's start. First question. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. I do enjoy events, depends on the day. I really like to only hang out with individuals on the weekend and have kind of my own time during the business days. So I'll put down a slight disagree in this. I'd prefer to just kind of chill out at home and kind of do my own thing rather than hanging out with a lot of different people. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. Unrealistic? No, I like to really have my facts straight and then I kind of hone in on those ideas, so I would disagree on that. Especially, yeah, just things that are unrealistic, I'm not really trying to go for. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. Man, your travel plans. Well, I don't really go on a lot of vacations, so when I do go, I like to optimize my time and have everything lined out. Now, it's not down always to the exact hour, just a couple of things on the list that I want to do, and if I don't get it done, then I'm okay with that. So I'm going to put down agree for the most part on that. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. Long after? I do recall saying some things after an event. It's not all the time, but sometimes I do think about that. So I'll tend to just slightly agree with that. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. No, I'm pretty logical and I want to figure out what the problem is and then give them a solution, and that's my way of helping someone out, so I'm going to put disagree on this. People can rarely upset you. I would say that I'm pretty stoic. I try not to react on emotion, so I would agree. All right, let's see what's next. 10% there. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. I'll start a conversation, but it really depends where I'm at. So I'll say disagree. I do start it, oftentimes just so it's not really that quiet. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. I would tend to agree with that. I have certain goals, certain objectives that I want to hit, so if I go off of that path, it's still on my list of things to do. So I would say that I tend to agree with that. Yeah, I would say I agree. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. You rarely worry. Yeah, I don't worry that much. So I don't know, I actually put neutral on that one. I don't really think too much about that, but I don't fully disagree with it at all. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. Oh, I would certainly disagree with that. There's so many things I can do to work on, developing myself, reading books, shooting videos, watching videos on being inspired on how to make videos. So I would disagree with that very much. You are more of a detail-oriented than a big picture person. I would say that I am pretty big picture now. In the past, I was very, detail-oriented. This is sort of a hard one right here. No, I'm pretty big picture now. In the past, yeah, I was so much different, but I'll put the small disagree. You're affectionate with people you care about. You are affectionate with people you care about. Neutral. Neutral on that. No emotions here. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. Agree. Certainly agree with that. Totally. You are still bothered by mistakes you made a long time ago. Nah, I can't change the past. Got to keep moving forward. That's just how I roll these days. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. I like to get to know people. So on average, I would say agree, on average. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. Yeah. Sometimes not all emotions, you gotta think logically. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. Ages browsing catalog. I get pretty bored, so I'd say I'd spend a long time just trying to find a movie. I want it to be really good, so I need the IMDb to be at least 8.0 or above, otherwise I just don't even want to watch it. Kind of picky on the time that I have and what I want to spend doing. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Next. Okay, when in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into a conversation. I like to know who I'm around, so I would say I disagree with that. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. Yeah, no, they're pretty boring. In your opinion, is it sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life? To step on others. I mean, in negotiating in real estate, I wouldn't really consider that stepping on someone. I want it to be a win-win in every scenario. So I'd put neutral there. You are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. Yeah, I would agree with that highly. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Nah, disagree with that. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people, most likely talk to the ones you already know. Also would disagree on this. I kind of like to meet new people. It's fun. Get to know how someone is. 40% there, guys. You usually lose interest in discussion when it gets philosophical. Disagree. Especially if it's about finances, personal development, or entrepreneurship. Philosophical, love those conversations. I could keep going for a very long time. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. I'd agree with that. I would so agree with that. You feel more drawn to places when a bustling and busy atmosphere than to more quiet and intimate ones. More quiet and intimate ones. See, I like to get to know people more. But now I feel like I'm more of an extrovert these days. Man, okay, I'm just gonna put a slight disagree with that. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Yeah, I tend to agree with that a lot. I'm curious about where the future is headed. When it comes to making life-changing decisions, you most likely listen to your heart rather than your head. Disagree. It's all logic here, brother. Excuse the virus protection. You cannot you cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. I agree. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. Nah, not about revenge in here, guys. This is a Growth Mindset channel. And this is me. I don't go after revenge. That's not going to help you in the long run. You often make decisions on a whim. Disagree. It's methodical. There's a reason for why I do things. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. I mean, I get to work on my own goals, and I feel like a lot of those goals are me grinding and doing a lot of hard things, and so overall I feel much more fulfilled completing my goals than talking to other people, more often than not. You often put a special effort into interpreting the real meaning or message of a song or a movie. Disagree. I disagree with that. Not really interested in that stuff. You always know exactly what you want. I tend to agree. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. I disagree. There's times where I wish I said things differently to kind of see what that opportunity would bring. Okay, next. When in a public place, usually stick to a quieter and less crowded areas. I agree, much safer. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. Pretty neutral. I think about present and future. Well, no, I think about the future a lot actually, especially today. Kind of what goals I have and how am I going to achieve it. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Most of the time, yeah, don't see that. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. It's hard to do that with the job I have right now, but would I prefer to make as many decisions as possible? It requires a lot of thinking, but I would prefer to have an action, a game plan before going into something, so I would tend to agree with that. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. I disagree on that one. In all confidence that they will continue to think highly of me, or so I hope. Just continue to be myself and have people appreciate who I am, and those are the people I want to surround myself with. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone and find interesting and striking up a conversation. Yes, I love it when I meet someone quirky. It's just, I don't know, just fun to talk to you. Like, it's exciting. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Disagree. Not right now, at least. Look after yourself first, and others come second. I'd agree with that. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. No, I have to force myself to do things, but I think those are necessary. Your mood can change very quickly. I disagree. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Man, it's very philosophical. Neutral. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. I disagree with that. Let's see. You have got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years into the future. Yeah. I mean, I got some goals that I wrote down, so I would definitely agree on my plans. Actually, I would agree. Career development wise, yeah. You rarely dwell on your regrets. disagree at times. There's other opportunities I wish I would have tried, so I slightly disagree. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around you or around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. Yes, I am an introvert. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. I disagree. I'm pretty visionary these days now, especially as focusing on entrepreneurship. It's all about thinking about that next milestone, the next big achievement, how to strive and how to get there. You find it easy to emphasize with a person who has gone through something you have never have. Disagree. It's challenging. If they don't know what I've done or I don't know what they've done, it's hard to connect. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organizing and consistent efforts. Disagree. Very thought out. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Disagree. After a long exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. I need to chill at my house, so I disagree with that. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancements could change every day. Pretty neutral on that right now in my life. You always actually no, I kind of want to use technology to my advantage. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Disagree. You still honor the commitments you have made, even if you have a change of hearts. Typically agree with that. You rarely find yourself insecure. I agree. All right, guys, here's what we've all been waiting for, the results. As I said again earlier, as a disclaimer, I have taken this test previously and I was ISTJ-A. Now, I'm not really sure how I'll do on film. I try to be as real as possible. So let's kind of see where we're at. Where I am, 2019. Generating. Oh my gosh, I got the same thing again. This is bizarre. Logistician, ISTJ-A. Wow. Okay, mind. This trait determines how we interact with our environment. I mean, I did say that I was introverted. I know I'm introverted, and I answered as I did. Energy. This trait shows where you direct your mental energy. Observant versus intuitive. Yeah, I'd agree. Nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. Thinking. I do like to think before I react on feeling. Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. Yep, and 72%, I can agree with that. This trait, identity, this trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. Assertive versus turbulent. Absolutely. Dang, they got the ISTJ-A again. Wow, okay. How do I continue reading this? This is great, guys. This is absolutely great. Logistician is thought to be the most abundant, making up 13% of the population. Their defining characteristics of integrity, practical logic, and tireless dedication to duty make logisticians a vital core to many families, as well as organizations that uphold traditions, rules, and standards such as law offices, regulatory bodies, and military. Fun fact, guys, I almost joined the military, but I'm not in it now. People with a logistician personality type enjoy taking responsibility for their actions and take pride in the work they do when working towards a goal. Logisticians hold back none of their time and energy, completing each relevant task with accuracy and patience. Yeah, to the most part, I mean, sometimes I do get impatient. I just want to get it done. It depends on what it is that I'm exactly working on. We don't make assumptions, preferring to analyze our surroundings, check facts. Tend to agree with that. Logisticians have little tolerance for indecisiveness, but lose patience even more quickly if their chosen course is challenged with impractical theories, especially if they ignore key details. If challenges become time-consuming debates, logisticians can become noticeably angry as deadlines tick near. I mean, sometimes I do get impatient, I just want to get it done. Associate with those of good quality if you esteem your reputation. When logicians say they're going to do something, get something done, they do it. Meet their obligations no matter the personal costs, and they're baffled by people who don't hold their own word in the same respect. Very true. If someone doesn't listen or someone doesn't do what they say they're going to do, my trust in them just goes down. If you committed to something, I expect that person to uphold their side of the deal. Combining laziness and dishonesty is the quickest way to lose their bad side. Consequently, people with the logician personality type often prefer to work alone, or at least have their authority clearly established by a hierarchy. Yeah. I don't know about that anymore. Where they set and achieve their goals without debate or worry over one's reliability. For the most part, I agree with that. To me now, I think a hierarchy is not really something I want to follow. That's why entrepreneurship is so interesting. You know, you get to be your own boss, get to do your own things, get to say what you want when you want. So the hierarchy aspect, maybe 4 years ago, I'd have been totally in for it, but today, my mind in that sense is much different. Okay, let's keep scrolling. What else do we got here? Strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Some strengths and weaknesses. Honest and direct. Integrity is the heart of the logician personality type. Emotional, manipulation, mind games, and reassuring lies all run counter to logician's preference for managing the reality of the situations they encounter with plain and simple honesty. Yep, for me, there's no frills, there's no games. If someone asks you a question that's very numerical or requires a direct answer, I think honesty and just being open about it straight off the bat is the right way to go. There's no reasoning to play games and kind of beat around the bush. Just say information up front to get the deal over with. Strong-willed and dutiful. Logicians embody that integrity in their actions. 2. Working hard and staying focused on their goals. Patient and determined. People with logician personality type meet their obligations, period. You know, I totally agree with this. As you guys might know on this channel, that I have a deep desire to build up my passive income, which is I'm currently looking through 2 big forms, through real estate and through YouTube, which I think will provide more opportunity down the road with building a brand and a community. But I know both of those things are going to take a long time to do. And I know it's going to be a quiet and endless road for the first couple of years before I get really any type of traction. So as it says here on this page, patient and determined, I would totally have to agree with that. I'm willing to do that grind, knowing that in a couple of years it's going to pay off. Very responsible, agree. Calm, practical, yep. Then you like to make clear, rational decisions. I try not to be emotional when someone might come off as... All right, we are back. All right, so we're currently at the part where it says strengths and weaknesses. Jacks of all trades, totally agree. Now logician weaknesses, stubborn. The facts are the facts, and logicians tend to resist an idea that isn't supported by them. This factual decision-making process also makes it difficult for people with a logician personality type to accept that they are wrong about something, but anyone can miss a detail, even them. I mean, I'd agree, we're all human here. Something bad happens or we get the information wrong. Yeah, I agree. Insensitive. While not intentionally harsh, logicians often hurt more sensitive types. Feeling by the simple mantra that honesty is the best policy. Logician personalities may take emotion into consideration, but really only so far as to determine the most effective way to what needs to be said. Yeah, see that all the time in meetings. By the book, okay, judgmental. Okay, yep. All right, so yeah, let's see. Let's go to career paths. That seems kind of interesting. Career paths. Let's fast forward. Business discourse. interested about this. Have strong opinions about how things should be done. Things are shuffled. It's a poor lunch rather than traditional. Oh. Let's see. It's important for logisticians to remember that even the most traditional and stable career paths can and need to change as time goes by. Wow. I mean, I do get bored and I think I need to grow and continue to keep going. It's much better to accept this with grace than to develop reputations of being enemies on new ideas. Okay. Oh man, increasingly open and social requirements of modern work life. Being somewhat bad at sensing other feelings, have attitude can be downright alienating when it comes to more sensitive personality types. This happens not just to coworkers, but to customers as well. Okay. Okay. Few personality types are as practical and dedicated as logisticians. Known for their reliability and hard work, logisticians are good at creating and maintaining a secure, stable environment for themselves and their loved ones. Dedication is invaluable in many areas, including their own personal growth. Wow, this channel is called the Growth Mindset channel because I care so much about personal growth. And it kind of says here, including areas of their own personal growth. Yeah, I do think that growing and developing a new skill set that I find valuable just means a lot to me, and I want to get better at it. Can be easily tripped in areas that are where their practical and methodical approach are more of a liability than an asset. Where it is finding or keeping a partner, learning to relax or improvise, reaching dazzling heights on the career ladder, or managing their workload. Need to put in more conscious effort to develop their weaker traits and additional skills. I would definitely have to agree that learning to relax and kind of just hanging out is something I do struggle with. I'm always, on the edge of trying to go for the next big thing. So it's hard to just chill out. What you have read so far, this complex concept. Wow, this is so accurate and it's a little creepier. Finally, stands me, you may have asked. This is not a trick. Okay, yep. So it looks like we're about at the end. Well guys, I hope you guys liked this video. I'll be doing more different types of unique videos. I'll put a link below on this video for you guys to also take this test. It's a free test. Take it as honest as you can. Maybe take it in a room where no one's looking so you can really get the results that you want. So I guess I really know where my focus, my weak points are and my strengths are. So I can use this information to help guide me towards areas where I will succeed in, and then kind of work on the back end of those weaknesses to kind of help overall boost my performance. But yeah, definitely check it out. And if you guys like this video, make sure to slam that like button. This is the Growth Mindset channel, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Growth Mindset helps.